Son, why aren't you sleeping now? It's very late. What's wrong? Nothing's wrong, Dad. I'm just not sleepy. And I was thinking about something. You were thinking about something? Then tell me what that thing is. I want to know. Dad, do you love Mom? I mean, how much do you love her? I'm just curious. Seriously, how can you ask if I love your mom? That's crazy. Of course, I love her. I know you love her. I have seen you together. It's like you were just married. Oh, really? I didn't notice that. Your mom is... she's perfect. Someday, just someday, I would really like to have a relationship like yours, Dad. And I'm sure you will have one. But why do you ask, Dad? Don't tell me you are in love, son. No, Dad. I mean, I like a girl from school, but I don't think I love her that much. In fact, I think it's impossible to love someone as you love Mom. Seriously. Don't say that. Someday you will fall in love, and then you'll think differently. You'll see. Yeah, maybe, but how do you do it? I mean, how can you still be so in love with each other? Well, I think it's because we have been through difficult times, and that made our love even stronger. Really? Can you tell me? I want to know your love story. You're right. I have never told you our love story. All right. I will tell you then. You are about to be 15. Someday, I would like you to find a person to love, as I love your mom. It all started when I was studying at the university. In fact, it started at the welcome of the students. We had to go to the college campus to receive some things from the institution, so I went there. Many people went with their parents, but I didn't because I was not a teenager. I was an adult. I started studying at the university when I was 25 years old, and I lived alone. Anyway, I went alone. When I was there, I was sitting on one of the chairs in the classroom when suddenly I saw a beautiful girl. She had curly hair and she was smiling. I liked her a lot. She was younger than me, so I approached her and said hello. She looked a little shy, but she waved back. I asked her name and we talked about our lives for a moment. It was beautiful. She had gone there with her family, so she had to look for them. Then we met again hours later. She lived in the same city as me. I mean, where I used to live with my family, because now I lived alone, right? So she went to her home with her family, of course, and I went to my place. I used to rent a room downtown. But we both were about to start studying at the same college, so we were going to meet again. And that happened. We met again at the college. We talked again, and I asked her out. We dated for 1 week, and then we kissed for the first time. That was an incredible moment. Soon, she introduced her parents to me, and I also introduced her to my family. We had great moments together. Her parents and brother loved me. I used to go to her house every day. One day, I was in my language class in the university. Everything seemed to be normal, a regular day. Oh, by the way, we didn't study together. My girlfriend studied other career, but in the same college. So we met at the end of the day, or sometimes only on the weekends. We had to study very hard. Oh, as I was telling you, it was a regular day in my language class. I heard a girl talking. Then I turned back to see who was talking. It was one of the most beautiful girls I had ever seen in my life. Her eyes were big and beautiful. Her smile made her look like an angel, and her voice was sweet. I didn't talk to her at the first time because I was kind of nervous. I must confess something. I had always dreamed of having a girlfriend with big and beautiful eyes, and she looked like that woman. So since that day, I always looked at her. Then we talked, and she told me her name. Even her name was beautiful. I liked her so much, but I didn't dare ask her out. We got along really well. We talked every day. We studied together and spent a lot of time together. Soon she became my best friend. She understood me, and I admired her a lot. She was so intelligent and also beautiful. She was perfect. But there was a problem. I already had a girlfriend. Yeah, I was still dating the other girl. I didn't know what to do. And then I made a terrible mistake. I regret it. I cheated on my girlfriend with my best friend. Yeah, when my best friend told me she was dating another man, I couldn't stand it, so I called her. I told her I wanted to see her, and I told her I loved her. Yeah, I know I made a terrible mistake, but I was in love. After that, she became my girlfriend, so I had to break up with my other girlfriend. Yeah, I know it sounds horrible. I'm sorry. I'm not proud of that. I could never do that again. I broke up with the other girl, and it was horrible. She cried, and many things happened after that. But your mom, she didn't want to know anything about me because I also cheated on her. I mean, I lied to her. She didn't deserve it, but I loved her. I didn't do things the right way. But I didn't want to lose her, so I fought for her. I called her, went to her house. I insisted a lot. After some time, she finally forgave me, and we were back together. I was so happy. Of course, she hadn't forgotten what I did, so I had to do a lot of things to make it up to her. Years later, we moved to an apartment to live together. Then I asked her to marry me. She said yes. Then we got married. We traveled around the world as we had promised, and then we had a wonderful child. You. And that, my son, is our love story. It's not perfect, but it's ours. I have to thank your mom for giving me an opportunity after all those things I had made. So the only thing I can tell you is that if you love someone, fight for that person, no matter what. But please, do things in the right way, not like your old dad. I hope you get it. Yes, Dad, I get it now. Thank you so much for telling me your story. But what exactly happened to the other girl? I didn't understand that part very well. Well, I think that will have to be another story. All I can tell you is that she wasn't happy at all. If you want to know that story, then you will have to let me know on the comments. But before we finish, I really want to say I'm really sorry about everything I made in the past. Thank you. I hope you liked this conversation. If you could improve your English a little more, please subscribe to the channel and share this video with a friend. And if you want to support this channel, you can join us or click on the Super Thanks button. Thank you very much for your support. Take care.